Non-life threat.
As you can see from above, we have John Del Giorno, Newscopter 7, giving us an eye from above. But on the ground, we have Josh Einiger, who has arrived on the scene. Josh, what can you tell us right now?
Hey guys, it's very fluid. It's all very fresh. And so let's start with the good news for the NYPD and certainly for the city big picture. This police detective, we are told, suffered non-life-threatening injuries, is expected to recover. So of course, a lot of people in the city right now can take a deep breath and a sigh of relief as far as that goes. Let me push in and show you this very large scene. The details, of course, continue to evolve in a situation like this. This was very chaotic just about an hour ago here on the Whitestone Service Road, the Whitestone Expressway Service Road in the Whitestone section of Queens. This actually started as a carjacking call that investigators are trying to get to the bottom of right now. Someone had reported a carjacking in progress in this area. Officers from the 109 precinct rushed to the scene, as did a team from a narcotics squad, a narcotics unit within the NYPD that happened to be in the area. There was a confrontation with the suspect, and then one of the detectives that was part of that narcotics squad was shot, we are told, in the arm and the leg. Officers rushed that detective to Jamaica Hospital, where, as I said, he is expected to survive his injuries. We a little while ago spoke to an eyewitness who described a chaotic scene here in Whitestone this morning.
I was in bed, and then I hear a guy screaming near my house. At first I thought it was construction, because it happens all the time, they make noise. Then it happens a little louder than usual, so it causes my father here to open the door for the guy. He goes outside and he sees, like, oh, what's wrong? And while they're speaking, I hear something quick, like that. And I thought it was gunshots. I thought it was. He didn't notice, but I thought it was. And then more cop cars come rolling in. I hear the big tactical police car comes, 2 ambulances. That doesn't look good. It's just shocking. Like your knees kind of shake a little bit, because like you don't expect this type of stuff in your neighborhood, especially like the gunshot part, that type of noise. It's just sad to see on a Friday morning.
Yeah, quiet, sunny Friday morning, very peaceful in this section of Queens, and of course that chaos unfolds. Back to a live look right now as investigators are on the scene. Also on the scene, the district attorney of Queens County, Melinda Katz. She is on the scene as well, along with lots of top police brass. We're expecting an update from law enforcement at Jamaica Hospital at some point in the future, when we hear a little bit more about the status of the detective and more of the details of actually what happened here. But of course, New York's finest breathing a sigh of relief only a few weeks after they mourned one of their own from that very dramatic Park Avenue mass shooting. Fortunately, in this case, this police detective who was shot is expected to survive his injuries, and the investigation gets underway right now in terms of what led to all of this. Police have a suspect in custody here on the scene, and are obviously questioning that person as they figure out if there are other people that they are searching for, and any information about victims of this original carjacking call, which was, of course, what started all of this. We are live in Whitestone, Queens this morning. Josh Einiger, Channel 7, Eyewitness News. Guys.
Josh, thanks so much. And let's give you a shot right now of the hospital. Josh just mentioned this officer is there right now with non-life-threatening injuries. It's Jamaica Hospital once again in Queens. We're going to keep you updated on his condition. Let's get right to John Del Giorno, who is overhead in Newscopter 7. John, as we showed, this is right next to the Whitestone Expressway. What can you see from high above?
Well, let's give you that perspective, and you can see, as you said, the Whitestone Expressway is right here. The traffic moving from top to bottom of your screen is headed northbound up towards the Whitestone Bridge. So that gives you the idea. This shooting took place just off of the Whitestone Expressway service road on 22nd Road. I'll take the shot down. A lot of the focus is on this driveway between the first two homes. This is a very quiet, very residential neighborhood. A lot of the homes around here, they're two-family houses, and you can see all of these evidence markers in both the driveway and out in the street. Now, as we've been watching since we arrived, we've noticed a couple other things. You can see these vehicles out in the roadway. Police have been examining these vehicles, and there is damage on these cars. Again, remember, from what we're told, there were officers nearby that had just executed a search warrant. At the same time, a report of a carjacking and robbery in progress came in. Those officers that had served the search warrant, they responded to that carjacking and robbery in progress, and that's when the chaos unfolded. But here you can see a second vehicle with damage on the front. Unclear right now how all of that plays in. Now, of course, we're going to talk about a little bit of travel in the area. The Whitestone Expressway itself is open, but that northbound service road, that is closed down. That's where police seem to have set up what we could call a command post. That's where all of the police are convening here. Anytime there's a police-involved shooting, especially one where a police officer has been shot, there's going to be a big investigation. It's going to last for a while. There are more officers continuing to respond here at the scene. Police helicopters also overhead, but the investigation is ongoing with this crime scene very, very active at this hour. We're live over Whitestone. John Del Giorno, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, quite the scene, seeing all those evidence markers right there in the driveway that you see detectives and NYPD brass taking a look at right now. John, thank you from above. Another look right now at the big police presence at Jamaica Hospital. That's where the officer was taking it. And again, the officer was shot in the arm and leg. We're told that narcotics detectives were returning from executing a search warrant when they encountered that carjacking. So happened to come upon this. And as they intervened in this, the detective was shot and rushed right here. That suspect is in custody at this time and not injured, and we're told, again, non-life-threatening injuries. So that is the good news in this situation. But for people living in Whitestone, scary situation.
Yeah, and obviously the investigation is very much a fluid situation. So we're going to, of course, continue to check in with Josh, who continues to gather some more information. And the best way to get breaking news, by the way, and news alerts in the palm of your hand is always by downloading the ABC-7 NY app. For situations like this, it's key to have that.
And what you can
And this is coming into focus, and of course the best of this news is that the detective who was shot is going to survive his injuries. He's being treated at Jamaica Hospital. Let me step out of the way and show you the scene right here, a very large scene involving multiple agencies, NYPD flooding this as they try to get to the bottom of everything that happened. I want to direct your attention to the van on the left, which is from the NYPD's Force Investigation Division. They are the team that rolls whenever a New York City police officer discharges a weapon. And separately, I have been told by a source that there was some sort of exchange of gunfire involved in this case, although we're not entirely clear on the extent of that. Let's show you video as this was getting underway. This happened just before 9 o'clock this morning, and it was a very complicated and chaotic scene. It came in actually as a carjacking here just off the Whitestone Expressway service road here in the Whitestone section of Queens. Officers responded from the 109 precinct, which is the precinct that covers this area. But there was also a team of narcotics detectives that had just returned from a separate, unrelated job that heard the call on the radio, and they also raced here to the scene, engaged the suspect who apparently, according to police, opened fire, shooting one of those detectives as part of the narcotics team and hitting him in the arm and the leg. Now, a leg injury can actually be quite serious, but fortunately in this case, it wasn't. The detective, I should say, is going to survive. The suspect was not hit by gunfire and was not injured, we are told. He was taken into custody and is right now being questioned at the 109 precinct. Now, just back live here on the scene, crime scene unit, force identification, all of them here, right here on the service road of the Whitestone Expressway. By the way, a mile or two away down the road, top brass, the police commissioner, other top law enforcement officials in the city were all prepared to brief the media on security in advance of the U.S. Open at the National Tennis Center, just about a mile or two down the road when all this happened. Many of them rushed here. Others rushed to Jamaica Hospital, where we are expecting a briefing at some point in the near future on the details of this case and also the status of this particular detective. But the suspect is in custody being questioned. Detective being treated at Jamaica Hospital, we are told. His injuries are not life-threatening, and the investigation does continue. More coming up at noon. But for now, we're live in Whitestone, Queens. Josh Einiger, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, I mean, when something to this gravity happens, everything stops, Josh. So we know that briefing is probably going to be moved to this afternoon. Thank you. Newscopter 7 is over Jamaica Hospital, where that detective is being treated. Let's get right to John Del Giorno. John, from your vantage point, what can you tell us?
Busy scene here as well. It's certainly not unusual when a police officer's been injured or shot in the line of duty. Police will then respond to the hospital where that officer is taken, and that's what we're seeing outside Jamaica Hospital right now. These are live pictures from Newscopter 7 over Jamaica Hospital, just off the Van Wyck Expressway. You can see police have set up outside of the hospital, just forming a security perimeter. We do see officers just inside the emergency entrance as well. Josh mentioned that police had already gotten together, police brass, the commissioner had gotten together at the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. They were going to give a briefing about police security at the U.S. Open, and that's when this shooting happened. So a lot of brass were nearby. We are told that the mayor and the police commissioner were going to respond here to Jamaica Hospital. They were going to come here to check on the officer. I don't know if that has happened yet, but you can still see police have set up this perimeter outside. There is some security, and we are told that once they get things situated, they will come outside and they'll talk to the media. So we are live overhead Jamaica Hospital. John Del Giorno, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
John, thank you. We'll continue to check in with you throughout the hour. We're following even more breaking news here on Mornings at 10.